Hey folks, it's Maxwell here and welcome to a brand new TW9 video. We're back with some 21st century wrestling, the best of British wrestling, and it is episode 13, which will take us into our pay-per-view for episode 14, which is dated Saturday the 19th of March in game. So there's a few things I want to cover before we crack on with the show. The audio's fine. I've sussed out what the issue is, so that's all good. Also, I'm kind of hoping at one point over the course of the next month, we will get the Real World Mod sorted. I basically joined the Discord for RWC, and honestly, it's been fantastic. Like, just seeing how the guys operate, just seeing how much time and effort they put in terms of finding all the data, testing the data, making sure, as I say, it's a fully functional working mod. It's absolutely fantastic. The team that Questlove has assembled is tremendous, and even the wee thing in the Discord, the news items, like when people are updating with like show results, news, it's been so helpful for me just getting an understanding of things that are going on in the wrestling world rather than having to sit in social media. So, and I love the fact as well they're offering the stuff for people to recommend workers, promotions. It really is a cool place. So it'll be when basically Questlove's quite happy with the mod. It is obviously when I'll start to save when it's officially released. I think to start with they don't want long term saves, but in reality, I will start a long term save straight off the bat because really I just care about the company that I am, which will be AEW, and we are going to try and hammer out as much achievements as we can. But there's no time scale, which is absolutely fine. As I say, like ourselves, they're all busy people, they all have real lives, so it's just when it's ready, so that'll just be whenever. But the thing is as well, I've had 2 weeks off this particular save, just purely because of the way it all in. So, which was an absolutely fantastic show. So I was getting my head around a few things, obviously, making sure everything kind of makes sense. And that way as well, it was a question I saw on, I think it was it the Fantasy Booker subreddits, how much in advance do you book? And I'm like, I have an idea where I want to go with the main event scene in the upper mid card. Everything else gets done on the fly. We see who works. I'm still learning a lot of people here and try to integrate the characters. So I'm hoping, as I say, we keep getting the episodes churned out. We start to connect with these characters and it all comes together. I've seen a few ideas. I can't remember the name, but there was someone that was 21st Century Wrestling had expanded to like run a European show, but is it too much a loss? I kind of want to see how we're doing a bit more financially, maybe into like June, July before I consider that an option. That would probably be something that I don't. The European shows just to gain popular. It wouldn't be like, oh, we'll do a YouTube video on it. It would just be like a house show effect, but televised in Europe. But that's the plan with that. As I say, I'm hoping, as I say, just now to keep going with 21st Century Wrestling. 2 episodes a week, as I say, we'll still be doing this regardless. So I hope you enjoy it. This is the Go Home Show for Head to Head, I believe the pay-per-view is called, which is upcoming on Saturday. So sit back, relax, and enjoy 21st Century Best of British Wrestling. So this week we're broadcasting up in Scotland. We're in the Edinburgh area in the Hibernian Arena, 4,840 in attendance, and it is the man who oversees and funds the company, which is of course Jeff Nova. A few words to say to the crowd here. I hope everyone is enjoying the new look 21st Century Wrestling, and I'm proud to announce that this format will continue. This trend of pushing a women's division and pushing some of our younger stars. Tonight we'll also see opportunities given to two of our latest graduates from the Wrestling Academy, as they get a taste of what the top British wrestling world looks like. All roads here lead to Head to Head. So just basically letting people know there's going to be two graduates who just come through our wrestling school. They're not going to get pushed anytime soon, it's just basically to get them on because they need to get reps in or their stats are not going to improve. So we'll see if they can do anything. They may be used as enhancement talent. I believe we do have a development company that accepts workers down in India, so we may look to send them there, but we may as well give them some opportunities, enhancement roles going forward for a wee bit. So the segment was a 70. Jeff Nova clearly enjoyed having the freedom to go off script and performed well. Next up, we had a bout that had some good heat and decent wrestling. Bedlam defeated Danger Mouth in 7:36 with the Bedlam Bomb. This one gathered a 55 wrestling rating, 56 for the crowd, and a 60 segment, so overall pretty decent. And you can see there in terms of earning performance, Bedlam with the 68, so some good stuff there. Short promo though after the match, and he is of course setting up for that big clash with Jack Bruce at head to head. And he just says, Jack Bruce, I am going to rip you limb by limb. So his charisma is only a 55. I believe his mic skill is roughly the same. The reason we got a 74 is because I rated it on intimidation, because really he's angry. He's properly showing how intimidating he is, that he is going to rip Jack Bruce limb from limb. So 74, and the storyline advances. We move along to about that didn't have much heat and terrible wrestling. We had Andrew Lee defeat the first graduate, and I noticed that I'd done a sim save as well where I holidayed 2 years into the future just to see how the C-verse looked, to see how 21st century wrestling looked with the AI. So Hal Sweeney will always be one of those ones that comes through. So he's won, and he lost here in 704 with Andrew Lee's Stone Age kick. 22 for Hal, he debuted his hard-nosed brawler gimmick, which was very good. A 36, a 28 and a 42 as we continue to build momentum for Andrew Lee. Next up, short promo with Phil Harmonic, as he is going to be taking on another one of our up-and-coming youngsters, although doesn't look too up-and-coming, and that is Spicy Gary Masala. See what you did there, Adam. But anyway, Phil says, so last week it was a little blip on my record, losing to Andrew Lee, but not to worry, he got lucky, and tonight I will show the world just how insanely talented I am when I beat up this young, silly rookie. So, Phil Harmonic has like a smug gimmick, so I felt like we kind of can have him go, it's fine, I lost, he got lucky, I'll show how good I am. So, a 47 for the segment. Phil Harmonic and Hargreaves had some pretty good chemistry. And the matchup itself, terrible, but Phil Harmonic defeats Spicy Gary Masala in 808 with a flying red drop. 32, 23, 38. And the new gimmick, the Powerhouse gimmick for Spicy Gary Masala. I think we probably will change that name. But it got an initial rating of great. And a 15 performance shows a long way to go. Then another promo, Landon Mallory, of course, challenging for the United Kingdom Championship against War Machine. This Saturday, it's time for me, the South African Superman, to show the world just how global wrestling is. The talents can be incredible from all over the world. It's up to me to dethrone War Machine and become your next 21st century United Kingdom champion. It's my time. 54, I do realise a lot of my promos are all to be, I'm going to be the best, I'm going to be champion. I do need to venture away for that and tap into the gimmicks. I think that is going to take a bit of time as well, getting used to having more interesting characters rather than just effectively taking AEW as we're the best wrestle, as effectively it seems like that these kind of ideas are, but hopefully we can move from that. But the storyline advanced, lost a bit of heat, and Landon Mallory benefited from his hot catchphrase. Next up, we're about that had some decent reaction from the crowd, but subpar wrestling as Joe Simpson defeated Smiling John Smithy in 741 with the Slingshot Sunset Flip, when there was a bit of a confrontation last week between these. A 45, 45 and 50 for the segment. But what will this mean for the angry, the heel, just a wild, Smiling John Smithy? That'll be determined over the next few weeks. We then had our weekly pre-tape video showing the skills and the viciousness of the demonic luchador El Demonisco, which got a segment rating of 4, so we're still slowly trying to get him over. Next up, we took tag action, so it is going to be the team challenging for the Tag Team Championships at the pay-per-view. That is, of course, Crouching Storm, Hidden Sifu, as they took on the Men of Steel. And this was about, had great heat and decent wrestling, so tag wrestling seems to be working here. But it was the contenders of Crouching Storm, Hidden Sifu who won in 11:28 when Ricky Storm pinned Mass Hulk with the double back fist. Mass Hulk was a weak link. He was also working for an injury, so that's why he dropped to a 46 performance. But the baby faces here, great performances, 67 and 70. And the Unarmed and Dangerous storyline, or tag storyline, has advanced and gained some heat, so we shouldn't be losing any pop, ideally. Next up, a small highlight package for the mistress of the DDT and her various variations of it is, of course, Steph Blake, and that was an 8. So again, slowly but surely. Then we get a short promo from Forrest Charmer. So far, no one has stepped up and challenged me to a match this Saturday. It's fine, I get it. Half of you don't want to be embarrassed on the pay-per-view, but I'm not taking no for an answer. I'm going to hold that pay-per-view hostage until I get that match. So more time on the mic for Forrest Charmer, a 46 and I enjoyed going off script and performed well. Next up in the women's division, it was Fia Davis against the Unstoppable Ty. And about that had terrible wrestling and non-existent crowd heat. We saw Unstoppable Ty continue to be unstoppable as she defeated Fia Davis in AO3 with the Ty Bomber. This was our storytelling match of the night. So a 36-9-29, slowly but surely building the women's division. But obviously you can tell we are making Unstoppable Ty very dominant, and the crowd were turned off by having two pre-show workers, apparently. Promo time from Apollo Prince. For years now, there has been hype around me, but I just haven't reached the heights that I should have. I've did some soul searching and I've came to the conclusion I wanted all the love and joy of the fans to join me in that journey. But hell no, I was wrong. I don't need no one, I just need me. It's time for me to show everyone that I'm the prince around here who's about to be crowned the king. So very serious promo there, 55. Basically just banishing the crowd and Apollo Prince. Again, enjoyed having the freedom to go off script. And that is not good before our pay-per-view. That is an injury that may put a match in doubt. I'm pretty confident it has put a match in doubt, so we'll see how it goes down. And about that had fantastic heat and decent wrestling. The trio of Wade Orson, Jack Bruce and Tommy Cornell defeated the House of Business, Edward Cornell, Reese pinned Dragon and Doomsday in 13-20 when Wade Orson pinned Doomsday. 64, 71, 64, pretty solid stuff there. Reese Pendragon sustained a broken jaw, so that's taking some points off straight away, as has Pendragon and Doomsday off their game. In fact, Reese was really off his game, and Edward Cornell and Wade Orson looking good. So is Pendragon ready? I think he's going to go and kill some of my plans going forward. But 74, 67, 83 in ring, 44, 37, 81, and the taking care of business storyline advances. We'll see how long that puts him out for. We finish the show, the babyfaces take the win, and it sees the heels scurry up the ramp. We start with Tommy Cornell, who says, if it pops up for me, thank you. Tonight was just a precursor to what will take place this Saturday, allegedly. When young Reese, I teach you a lesson and show that whilst you are the future, you aren't ready in the present. You did okay tonight, but when Edward and Doomsday can't help you, not so much. You won't be that good. Obviously that match probably won't happen with that broken jaw, but we'll see the post-show medical report. Jack Bruce says, Bedlam, don't think I haven't forgotten about you, big man. Impressive win tonight, but you have to remember, you're still raw to the top level game, and you've never been in there with a true rock star. You're dangerous, but you're fighting a man who's been there, seen that, and done it. And we finish with the champ Wade Orson, and that leaves me with you, Edward. You've saw what I've done to one of your buddies in the House of Business. No Doomsday for me, it's Saturday. This Saturday is Doomsday for you, and any aspirations that you think you have of taking my championship belt. So obviously Jack Bruce v Bedlam we know about, Wade Orson versus Edward Cornell. Tommy Cornell, at this rate, probably is just going to get a mystery opponent, I think, because there's no danger of broken jaw. It's going to be fine to work through in 2 days' time. So we finished the show. Oh, we only got 68, so we lost Pop in 6 regions. That's a worry. I thought we would actually clear that quite considerably. So we needed a stronger main event. And yeah, you can see we are definitely still a work in progress. But injury review, let's have a look at it. Oh, I've skipped it, so we'll go to the main screen, and that's my bad click. 73,000 profits, we're up to 8.5 million. Popularity recap, so obviously was it in the UK, and yeah, we gain elsewhere, but still not gained like a point, so we'll still be medium for a long period of time. So we'll quickly jump to the home screen. Actually, it's probably better we do that because it takes me to a position where I can kind of look at the card we have at the moment and what we can have. So Craig Prince joins TCW. Reese Pendragon is not going to miss any dates, so he will be working that match, and he will be working it through the pain, so that'll definitely not main event. Not that it was going to anyway. I've done well there. Was that like 10 plus minutes before I needed to start coughing? Not horrible. Oh, so we have, I'm not going to look at them, I'm just going to let you see what they look like. So we've got Douglas Langworth, Paris Berry, Joshua Ish, Rick Borden, and Alfred Goodlooks. Intriguing. In fact, we actually will look at them. Screw it. Let's do it. So 0.91 for our show. Pendragon is out, and I need to watch it. We are going to get kicked off television, which is going to be quite worrying. So the two things I'll finish up with then, let's just go to absences. So 24 days, but it'll have that match and we'll probably just write him off for the rest till that date and not make it any worse. Mass Hulk has broken ribs and Evan Alpas is on vacation, but he's back in 3 days' time. So, Douglas Langworth. We will request a medical. He's clean. Statistically, toughness, resilience, decent Peresco, psychology's okay for somebody at 19. So with him, apply my template, a 1 year handshake deal. Simple. Welcome to the team. I'll sign everybody and they can enhance if they really need. Paris Barry, request a medical. So we know it was like 12k, just making sure these people are all fine. Paris is a high flyer. Skill wise, 57 aerial, 68 flashy. Nah, nobody's really getting the performance stats here, the star quality, etc. We are skinny, so we'll see what we can do with him. But again, welcome to the team. Make sure everything is fine in the contract. Yeah, that's fine. 1 year deal. Joshua Ishk. Your medical sees you absolutely fine. That's good. Skill wise, psychology is pretty good for somebody just starting out. Aerial's okay. Flashiness, there could be something there. Again, performance. But the good thing is they're skinny, so you can maybe get them to kind of put a bit of muscle on and a lot of those stats will improve. But we'll stick with that kind of contract. Rick Borden. They're all clean, which is good to see so far. View profile. Especially with the fact we only made 70k profit, that I've put like 15k into testing them. But good star quality, excellent star quality actually. Sex appeal 72, psychology okay. But yeah, he's got a long way to go in terms of actually a lot of them are high. I think we must just do high flyers in, but we'll bring him in. Alfred Good Looks, he's clean. He's muscular as an impactful wrestler and technical 71, psychology 68. Perescu is pretty good. Good power, good power, athleticism, toughness, resilience. Not the worst in terms of performance either. Like star quality could be a bit better, but definitely something we can work with there. There's a good base. So, play template. Welcome to the team. So that gives us 5 more to the roster. So we are quite a big roster, but as I say, a lot of these will be kind of enhancement talents for this point in time. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. You may check out the Fantasy Bookers subreddit, the Grey Dog Software forums, peterbooker.net and twdb.com. I remembered this time. Yes, but thanks for watching, and I'll see you all for the pay-per-view in a few days' time. Bye-bye.